Hello everyone, welcome to State Services series with Dr.Vivek Rana. Hope all of you are doing well. Himachal Pradesh Public Service Commission has successfully conducted HPAS exam 2020 across 10 cities, and there were more than 30,000 applications for less than 20 seats this time. So there is a stiff competition in store. So if we compare today's paper to the last year, you can say there is a paradigm shift in level of questions. Last year we had seen the dominant sections were current affairs and Himachal GK section. So there is a slight departure from that theme. And if we say that this time the paper is well organized and structured, and there is a clear-cut demarcation between, you could say, the conventional factual questions, which were the hallmark of HPSC examinations, and there are some new type of questions which are being asked for the first time. So that would have been a surprise element for a lot of aspirants who have been preparing specifically for this examination. So if we come to the breakup of the questions, there were 60 questions which were of unconventional type and 40 were the fact-based questions. And if we go further deep into the structure of questions, there were 10 questions on chronology. You had to arrange historical events, or you could say geographical locations from north to south, or you could say from prehistoric to the modern phase. So if we have been preparing for UPSC, they should not have been too difficult to answer, but yes, some might have been a bit a tricky one as well. Then there were 10 questions of match the following, in which if you know a couple of choices, you could have arrived at answer. So these questions generally test your patience and your acumen about the multiple themes. So it's not necessary that you know all 4 options to arrive at answer. So basically by elimination method, you could have done far better in these 10 questions. And then there were 10 questions which had 2 statements. There were 2 statements given on historical, or you could say economy, environmental themes, and then you have to choose from the 4 statements that either the first 2 statements both are correct, only first is correct, or you could say second, or none of the above. So it required, you could say, depth, next level of depth of knowledge to answer those questions, and some students might have find these questions a bit tricky to answer. And then, just like in UPSC, we had multiple statement questions. There were, you could say, 25 questions, around 15 which were from Himachal GK section as well. So basically, these 25 questions were of tough level, and many students might not be well equipped to handle these questions. And apart from that, there was you could say a comprehension on geography, you could say a desertification theme, and which had to be answered within the comprehension part, which was not too tricky. So these were the 60 questions which we are saying they have proven to be a little unconventional from HPSC. And then the 40 conventional questions more or less were of actual nature, just like they are asked in last, you could say, 4 or 5 years. So mostly some of you might have answered them quite well. And coming to the breakup of the sectional distribution, Himachal GK is the dominating section. There are 24 questions from this section. So if you are from Himachal, only then you could have answered those questions. And this has been the trend. In last year, we had seen there were around 25 questions. In previous years, 20 questions were being asked. So this should not come as a surprise. The second most dominant section has been geography because of that comprehension section. So there are 22 questions this time. Otherwise, last year there were just handful of questions from the geography section. And the third most dominant is history section. Primarily, examiners have focused on modern history section. Only there are 1 question each from ancient and medieval history. So we can say the modern history has once again been a rewarding section in this HPAS examination. And current affair questions are once again 14 in number. So there's a, you could say, a drastic reduction, because last year there were almost 30 questions from this section. And once again, the places, personalities, awards like Nobel Prizes, so more or less they are on expected lines. So if you are preparing for 1 year current affairs, you be in position to answer. Yes, there was some factual questions which might have, since there is 1/3 negative marking, you should not have attempted them. And then we have general science section, which has 9 questions this time, and once again the physics, chemistry and biology part is the what they have asked for, which is quite on expected lines. And Then we have the polity section, just 8 questions. So a lot of you who are good at polity might be wondering that it would have been a lot better if there would have been few more questions from this section, because generally this is a section which helps you improving your overall marks. And economy was once again neglected. There were just 7 questions. And the 2 questions were from environment and ecology section. Last year there was just 1 question. This year there is a 1 question on ecology and 1 on pollution. The science and tech, there is no question, just like last year. So there is no need to do the biotech, defense or space section in Himachal as of now. But you can never know, in next year they might start incorporating this section as well. So overall we can say the section part has not been experimented too much, but yes, the level of questions are a bit tough and on tricky side, and cutoff is likely to drop this time, even though the seats are very less. So make sure you don't speculate too much. If you feel that you have done justice to the paper, you can start your mains preparation straight away. And if you think that paper has just not gone to as your comfort level, there is no need to just think too much about it, because after within 2 weeks you are preparing for UPSC prelims. So there is a big opportunity to just put back this performance and rise again. So if you are finding any difficulty or you need any kind of assistance from my side, you could drop a message on Instagram or your email, or you could just connect in the comment section. I will try to answer your genuine queries. And there's the HPAS 2020 mentorship telegram channel as well, where we will be uploading mains question as well as some mock paper. You can join it if you are really serious about this HPAS examination. So that group becomes activated once the prelim is conducted, just like the last year. You could go through even the previous post there, and it will be quite a useful one to you. So once again, wishing you best of luck for the coming weeks and for this examination. I hope this session was useful in some way. Paper, all those who couldn't appear, you should look out for the paper in the channel as well. We'll try to upload them there as well. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.